Hello again and welcome back to Kerbal Rocket Alchemy. So, last time we lost Valentin during an attempt of moonlighting. And what do we do this time? Well, as you see, we are launching trap to the moon on practically the same craft. I just replaced these engines with that more powerful but not vectoring version. Actually, if they didn't change the power, the specific impulse of this little engine too much, it should be capable of doing what we need. I'm pretty sure that mission would be a success if I paid attention to the altitude of the periapsis. Okay, now keep it properly angled. Okay, let's start the burn. And once again we are slightly short on delta V. Well, maybe not on this, but if there was slightly less short, there could always be option to pump some fuel from the lander to the stage, just to ensure that the transfer stage crashes into the moon. But unfortunately we don't even have that feature yet. Okay. That's enough? No. We won't go lower. And let's time warp. Actually, I'm not exactly sure that this craft has enough delta V to land and come back to Kerbal, but we'll see. Well, in the worst case we'll just have to recover Jeb from low lunar orbit. If we don't manage to crash again, of course. Okay, 8 kilometers is rather good. At least there might be similar altitudes, but around the poles. Around the equator I think the maximum is like 6 kilometers. Hey. Hey, why are you not going out of the time warp? Stupid system. Okay, and then we land in this crater. Okay, how much? Yeah, seems decent. I hope so. Okay, once we pass the edge of the crater, we'll start braking. Well, let's land somewhere around there. Oh, I thought this engine has slightly less gimbal range. And how high? Well, just under 3000. That means about 2 kilometers on the altimeter. Our true surface is. Okay, we got slightly inclined place. That's not so good. And looks okay except for one thing. When Jeb goes out, this craft might as well fall. Okay, let's take the science. I'll carry fluid. Okay. You can't take surface samples yet. You look up and search the sky for Kerbin. Yeah, right. Where is Kerbin? There is no Kerbin to be seen from here, because we are on the wrong side of the moon. Well, at least we landed here, and yeah, well, at least we have first successful moon landing. was here? Yes. The contract. Jeb, try to do it carefully, please. Please. You don't want to tip the craft over. Board. I said. Damn. What to use to pressing F to board? Okay. At least we definitely have enough to take off. Because we spent a similar amount of fuel for landing, even less. Think. Okay. Well, we are around the equator, so just launching to the east will do. 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And take off. A bit too steep takeoff. I think I just got a bit too used to craft with lower thrust to weight ratio. Okay, this is a good orbit. The VA report, of course, it already has been done. Okay, now, do we risk going back to Kerbal with this amount of fuel? To think about it. It took about 50 units to take off. Takes less, but well, it could take around 30 to get back to Kerbal, I think, from here. Well, what's the worst thing that could happen? Getting stuck in elliptic orbit. Okay, let's go. Actually, this won't end. Yeah. 25. I'll leave it here. It probably should have been slightly lower, but we really can't do it with this precision from here. Actually, I shouldn't have probably done it, given that this craft will be here at this very moment. Meeting with each other, but first let's go there, and okay, let's carefully point retrograde and what's overheating this time? The mystery one. This actually seems like a perfect re-entry from the moon. Okay, the legs exploded. How was it? 25? Theoretical periapsis. Well, maybe next time we'll aim for 26. And we could try to recover this science equipment as well, since we got such a good re-entry. Actually was thinking about air escape so that you'll get some additional orbit and then use this stage to slightly correct if needed, but this was a perfect re-entry like this. Deploy the parachute. Oh. Now it works much gentler than in the previous version. Okay, we broke the engine, but that's all. Perfect. Recover the vessel. And we just used half of the electric charge for this re-entry. This actually was better than I expected. Oh well, here is the proof that this craft can do moon mission. And we have more than 100 science. And most of that is this. Wait, what? You still don't get the second level for this? I thought you would. I somehow thought that the return from the moon was be a bit quicker, and then... oh well. We still are before the closest approach. Okay. Okay, let's do this correction. And wait a second. Yeah, it has plenty fuel left. Okay, kill the relative velocity. And oh, you didn't take this data? What about this? Nothing here. Okay. All the data taken, and UV report. No, not necessary. Yeah, one of the things is that relearning the game with such changed parameter, well, such changed part performances is a problem, because what worked previously might as well not work this time. And okay, and what about doing something like this to get home faster? Maybe even some a bit lower. This should be good. And since it's just couple hours, we'll do it now. Okay, let's try re-entering with this periapsis. And looks like really forget to stop the time warp. Well, about what happened to Valentina, I say it this way. If I knew that there should have been a maneuver and this thing time warped past that point, I would definitely blame this glitch and reload. But I really didn't even check that the periapsis was too low. So that's my part. That's my fault, and as I said, I'm not going to save scam here. Okay, let's drop that stage. And this time, because the stage still has some fuel, we are lighter than it, and well, really, and braking faster. Parachutes. There seems to be something a bit wrong with that model. Well, at least Bob has returned home. And a bunch more signs from Bob.